The weapons industry has been a lucrative industry for many, many decades. That has always been the case. The fact that so much money can be made in that territory at the moment makes it attractive for a number of companies and new entrants to the markets, military technology startups, to also want to have, benefit from the financial upshot of this current precarious climate. And so with these new actors in the mix, I think it becomes more dangerous, not least because when we follow some of the talking points as to why it is very important that we produce more weapons and that we foreground more investment into militaries, those kinds of companies tend to elevate the threatscape. They tend to elevate the threat that comes from China, from Iran, from other kind of what they call irresponsible actors. And with that in the mix, things are not necessarily becoming better, but becoming less secure and less stable, I think, globally, and that's very problematic.
Throughout history, every arms race has led to instability, danger, and often conflict, or even the threat of total annihilation, like at the height of the Cold War. But who are the companies profiting from this new arms race?
And you have a number of what we call the primes, the weapons contractors, that are still taking a large market share of the defense market. But you have other companies like Microsoft and Google and Amazon that are increasingly, and SpaceX or with Starlink, that are increasingly tapping into these US-focused, usually government contracts, to provide basic background services, whether that's web services or kind of interconnectivity projects. Meta now also is involved. So everybody is slowly but surely trying to get a slice of a very large, it's a 2 trillion global defense market, and the US alone has nearly 1 trillion of that. So it's a big market that is up for grabs at the moment. But all the big corporations, the big 5 tech companies, the prime defense contractors, and the smaller companies are all in the mix.
Big tech's involvement is a double-edged threat to our societies. For one, they have access to most of our data, which can be easily misused. And secondly, they will only speed up the implementation of AI inside the war machine. A double danger that we as a society should at least be able to discuss. In the next episode of AI at War,
the phrase meaningful human control has been introduced. What is meaningful control?